YouTube. So in this video, I just kind of want to do a recap. I have redid this video a few times now, as far as like re-recording it, because I thought that a few weeks ago that I wouldn't get any more sales, and then I had a rush of sales last minute. So I really wanted to do it as close to the end of the year as possible. So it's currently December 23rd, and I don't think I'm going to have any more sales between now and the end of the year. We have probably about a full week left for 2023. So this is probably the most accurate that I'm going to get. So I'm going to get into the analytics, which I keep on Shopify. I input all of my sales and everything, and Shopify pretty much does reports, and I can see a little bit of everything. So I'm going to give you a little bit of everything. I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, because I know that as a small business owner, especially a soap maker, when I first got on YouTube to try to do some research, it was very few of us that were actually talking real numbers, that were really letting us know, like, how much can you really make as a soap maker. So if you Google it, I know when I did, it said soap makers make about $12,000 a year. I feel like that is so accurate. That is so accurate, you guys. I came up shorter than that this year. So let's get into the numbers. So my total sales were $9,457.03. My peaking month, so the month that I made the most in, was September. I made about $1,461.40 that month, and then $1,290 in May, then about $1,100 in July, $1,000 in December, $931 in April, March around $525.50, February about $214.25, and then January about $150, October around $670. So that kind of gives you a good gauge of what my year kind of looks like. And I'm taking all of these things into consideration when it comes to my vendor events for 2024, because majority of these were vendor events. So what this information tells me is that May and September, the events that I did are working. So I need to continue to do those events. It tells me that in January, February, and March, slow months like we predicted, and things starts revving up for the business around April, which is when you get into the wine festivals and that type of stuff. Kind of hits a low in June. Not many events that are successful in my area go on in June, so I will not be doing many in June, probably about one, and then July it hits that $1,000 mark, but you spend a lot of money. I know I did on vendor events in July, so I'm probably gonna take it easy in July, go hard in September with events, take it a little bit easy in October. I know I'm going all over the place, you guys, and then November, hit or miss, and then December ended out strong. So let's get into the channels. So these are the different ways in which I made money this year. So it says Shopify mobile for Android. So that means that these are the sales that I input myself. So this means that it was in-person sales and that I had to input them into Shopify myself. So the person either paid cash or Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or something like that. So about the $3,800 there. People using their cards, credit card, debit cards, in person at events, about $2,900. this may not be as accurate because it has draft orders, and I don't know why that is even there because I don't know. Anyway, online store orders. So basically about $266. People actually came onto the website and made purchases themselves. And then I did do wholesale probably about January through April of the beginning of this year. And I made about $161 before I decided to put it on pause. So online store sessions, about 2,500 people looked at my website this year. About 87% added products to their cart. About 91% actually checked out. I had about 224 orders this year. So that doesn't mean that I sold 224 products. It just means that that's how many orders I had. The average order that people spent with me was $41.20. That's important when I am thinking about events and things like that. When I'm trying to give myself a goal for an event on how much I want to make. Right here, the analytics say that average person spent about $41.20 with me. So that's very helpful information. The top selling product was my whipped body butter. About 87 jars were sold. Next was my bars of soap. About 66 were sold. Whipped sugar scrubs, 53 were sold. Whipped body soap, 43, and then lip balms, 43. That's also important when it comes to figuring out what products I want to bring back in 2024 and what products I may need to leave out in 2024. Most of the people who viewed my website were from the United States. Shopify even breaks it down to how they even found my website, or how they looked at my website, how they viewed it. 1,900 people viewed my website on a desktop. 538 people viewed it on their phones, and then 25 people viewed it in another format. Facebook, the money I made from Facebook. So this means that my advertisement on Facebook, which is free advertisement, I don't invest in any ads or anything. So my posts and my group on Facebook, my efforts in that led people to my website, and I made about $127.60 from people coming from Facebook, watching my reels and my posts and all that stuff, came over to my website and spent $127.60, which is awesome. My number one source of social media presence. So this means that people came from this platform, this social media platform, to my website. The highest ranking was Facebook, which is really good. Pinterest comes in shortly after, then LinkedIn after that. So Facebook is where my people are at. Let's look at products. So my best-selling product specifically was the Whipped Body Butter Pink Sea Salt, which does not surprise me. In the donut soap world, the bestseller was the Pink Milkshake, which is wild to me because I thought it would have been the Fruit Loop. The next bestseller was the Whipped Body, same thing, it's the Whipped Body Butter Pink Sea Salt in 8 ounces, because at one point in time I used to do 3 ounces and 8 ounces. Either way, Pink Sea Salt and my body butter is the best seller ever. Like, it just sells amazingly. Watermelon Lip Scrub, another bestseller, and then the Lavender White Sage and Rosemary Bar Soap comes in number 5. So all good information right here. Let me look at some other reports that I think you guys may find fascinating, but this is all just kind of give a recap of my year. This does not in any way reflect the expenses, because the expenses are through the roof, because when I started inputting information into my tax stuff, just kind of getting an idea, I could take my gas for my vehicle maintenance on my vehicle, half of that, my house, mortgage, interest, a percentage of that, because I use my house as my business environment. I use my kitchen, I use my garage, I used upstairs. So a good amount of my house was used for business related, product making and storing and things like that. Also, washing the dishes for my soap, electricity, all of these things are taken into consideration when it comes to business related expenses, including my cell phone, everything really, because I run my business myself out of my home. This also includes my property taxes that I have to pay every year on my house. Everything is taken into consideration. So the expenses are through the roof, but that doesn't mean that it was not a successful year for me. Let's look at the sales by product name report and see if there's anything interesting there that I'm hopeful will help. If I am missing anything that you feel like would be helpful to know, if you're a soap maker, if you're a small business owner, please let me know, because I would love to be able to kind of help you guys out in that. In Shopify, you can hit year to date, so it can kind of capture the 2023 picture of your business. I sold 929 individual products this year, which is amazing. Like I said, 87 were body butters, 53 were sugar scrubs, 43 were whipped body soaps, 62 were bars of soap. I did start doing a bundle deal where you get 4 bars of soap as a bundle. That I sold 19 of those, and I just started that maybe the last quarter of the year. Lip scrubs, 31 sold. I used to do tote bags, 21 of those sold. I will no longer do those again. Just looking at the numbers, 27 donut soaps, 43 lip balms. And then I did a body butter and soap bundle, 13 of those sold. 9 neck wraps, about 13 eye pillows. This is just all estimates, you guys. So definitely great numbers to see as I'm moving in a great direction, in my opinion, for the business. So I'm not gonna keep y'all any longer. I just kind of want to do like a recap of the analytics for the business. And I'll film next the goals that I have for 2024 and kind of see where I'm going to go when it comes to that. I'm also going to see if I met any of my goals for quarter 4, since we have, in my opinion, kind of completed that. So I'll see you guys at quarter 4 recap to see how I did in my business. Bye.